Today we are going to show you how you can make Odoo customization without actually being Odoo developer. We all know that sometimes it can take days, weeks to make even small customization of your ERP, and Odoo is ERP. So you have to create a task, you have to assign it to developer, and then it has to be developed, deployed, tested. So it takes time, yeah. And sometimes you just simply don't have this time, especially when you have some awesome business idea. So that's why I have invited today Tatiana to show how we are solving this issue in Opsway with our internal AI tools. But before, Tatiana, we'll start with your presentation. Can you tell us a little bit about you, why you're here?
Hello, everyone. My name is Tatiana. I'm a certified Odoo expert, and I'm working as a project leader at Opsway for 4 years. We're helping businesses all over the world to grow using Odoo. We have prepared a task to showcase how Opsway AI agent can help you customize the database. So I'll start sharing my screen. Okay, this is the task that is very popular for our clients. The point of this task is to give every internal user a hint, whether it is an internal or external conversation. In other words, whether the customer is involved in this communication or not to reveal internal sensitive data to the clients. So this is a regular JIRA task, which has a description and also some attachments, which could actually help AI agent understand what we expect to see in the end. All we have to do is to assign the ticket to our AI agent, and this will mean that the work is started. Once the AI agent starts working, he updates the labels over here so that we can understand the current status of the task. So right now, AI agent is doing some code changes and the work is actually in progress. You can track the progress of task development in the GitHub, where you can see what the checkboxes, at which stage the AI agent is currently working on. And once the job is complete, you will see that over here. Besides, there's going to be a separate comment written by AI agent saying what was done and how it was done. So it is mentioned at the comment in the JIRA ticket. So here is a summary of the changes, what was implemented, and also in the attachment, you can find the visuals of the development.
It is an actual print screens of what is done already, or?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And all of the changes are done on a separate development branch. So once we go to Odoo.sh, you can see in the development branch that the new one is currently building. And once the building is finished, we will be able to test the functionality ourselves.
Nice. And he was showing that there are some test results also in the comments. What does it mean? Who's making tests?
Yeah, exactly. So AI agent performs the code changes and also he tests that himself. So over there, you can see the proofs of the testing. So he sent an external message, an internal message, and here is the results, how it is visible to the internal user.
Okay, so it's not a human tester. So it's not only developer, but also a tester as an AI agent. Yeah?
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, nice. So what's next? Now we are waiting for Odoo branch, or?
Yeah, right now we are waiting for the branch being built. So it's in progress.
Okay, let's wait. Thank you.
All right, so we can see that the dev branch was finally built. So let's connect and see how it is developed in practice. All right, so this is the very blank development branch. So let's install at least CRM app and the Contacts app.
And this is what you're showing. This is Odoo, right?
Right.
First time see it.
I'm installing just apps over here. All right. So we have at least 2 apps that are necessary for our successful testing. So let's see the contacts, right? So we have lots of them. Great. And let's make sure that we have internal users because we need to test both internal and external conversations. Great. So we have 2 of them. All right. So let's open a CRM lead, any lead, and let's test it out. So first of all, let's log an internal node. So let's tag Mark Demo. So right now we expect that Mark Demo will receive this conversation with an internal conversation tag. So let's go back to Odoo SH and let's go to mails. So over here, we see the latest messages, right? So when I open the last one, we can see over here that our message has an internal conversation label over here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's developed correctly. And now let's test the external messaging conversation. So we see that our client will receive this notification. And also, let's tag again, Mark Demo. And all right, so let's refresh the page on Odoo SH. So we have 2 more messages, one sent to the customer, so it should not have any tag, right? So it is developed as expected. And once we open the message sent to Mark, we see that there is a label notifying him that this is an internal conversation where the client is involved. So as a result, we can see that the task was developed correctly. There are no complaints, no issues. So all we have to do is to ask a real developer, a real person, to review the code and deploy this task either to staging or live environment, depending on your needs.
Okay, so if I'm not experienced Odoo user, what does it mean? It means that you made a development and now we are in a testing environment, yeah?
Yeah, so this is a development branch, which is actually a branch used to test a feature of one single task, right? However, we need to test it on a more accurate and more live databases. So we need to deploy this functionality either to staging or to production environment. But this is the developer who should be involved to help us with that.
Okay, so then developer have to check everything what AI did. That's correct?
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
But then why we need to have an AI? Because anyway, you are involving humans.
Because it's much quicker, right? And it also gives me as a project leader more flexibility and more independence to develop some tasks, test myself, understand whether this approach could work or not for the client. And also, it actually is very helpful during the proof of concept stages when I would like to show something that may or something that customer may or may not like, right? And and it's very quick and doesn't require any help.
You're using it daily or weekly?
Of
Daily.
Course. Of course. It's my best friend.
Your best friend, okay. And so overall, if to take a conclusion, you're happy about this tool. And do you see any cases when you shouldn't use it?
It's hard to answer because every single task they need to develop for my clients, I start developing with the AI, and only then I involve the developers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're making the prototype, then you're showing to your client, the client can test it, and then after that you're giving it to the developer to proceed on it.
Exactly.
Okay. So thank you, Tanya. It was very interesting to see, and we hope to see you in the next videos as well.
Thank you.